You were just asking me how many times have we done Jaylo Loves Jesus?
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm guessing this will be part 15, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on it. I'm obviously going to look before I post it.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yes. And I was using the bathroom just now.
Okay.
Don't worry, I just had to pee, so nothing too exciting for you. You didn't miss out on anything.
Bubs. Really?
Yeah, Alana likes it when it's a
No,
little
I don't.
But
I do not. You say sorry.
I'm sorry I said the truth.
Hey.
I was thinking, though, there was a Bible. There's actually a couple Bible groups that meet up on Clubhouse.
Oh, there is.
We were talking about possible things I could ping you into.
Huh.
And that's a possibility.
Huh.
I was also thinking...
There's Bible groups on Clubhouse?
There's a couple different ones.
Wow.
I know the carousel can be a bit overwhelming for blind people because of the setup. But if you only followed me and like a couple of different groups on Clubhouse, it might not be too overwhelming for you.
Okay.
So there might be some benefits to you getting an account.
Maybe.
But maybe this week I'll try to get you into some Bible groups. And if for whatever reason, the way I understand it now, and again, things change a lot there. And I know I just said this in the last one, but I'm going to repeat myself, is you no longer have to have an account for Clubhouse. So if I send you a link to a room and you click it pretty quickly after I send it, you can go to the room and not be a member of it. You just won't be able to go up on stage or participate in the back channel stuff. Again, I could be incorrect. However, if I am, another thing we can do is because of the mixer, I can just call you and bring you into rooms, as you already know.
True.
So we'll test it out a little bit this week.
All right.
If you're open to that.
Yeah, if you find something interesting.
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay.
And some of the groups I'm part of lean a little bit more conservative than you would imagine.
Which ones?
I think, again, I'm still getting the feel for it, but the preservation of the human race.
That sounds like a weird title.
I know, it does.
And it's possible that we both are, we're looking at the thing where it's like, okay, this could be really weird, or this could be interesting.
It does sound like a little bit of a militia, but the rooms are actually pretty cool. Maybe they're not more conservative. It's kind of hard to pin down because I've only gotten in a couple times.
They could just be those people that are joining. They could just be like against tyranny.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean?
But once you're actually in the room, that's the sense I get. The guy who runs it, Augustus, seems really cool.
Because I mean, both of us are against tyranny.
Yeah.
I think it would be, maybe it would be something to explore. Because I know that I am against tyranny, and I've been around people that may not have been conservative, but they were also against tyranny. Mm-hmm. So who knows? I mean, there could be like conservatives and liberals that actually are for at least one cause.
We have flirted with the idea in the past.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
We can go off on a few tangents.
All right.
About doing a Jaylo Loves Jesus live on Clubhouse before.
We did?
Yeah, or I am in my own mind, maybe.
I don't think I want to do that. I really don't.
Okay.
Because you never know who could come into the room.
But that's part of the thing.
Yeah.
And we don't have to bring people to the stage.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm a little bit,
Well, we're doing a live one right now, except not for a Clubhouse audience.
I don't think I want it to be on Clubhouse.
That's fair.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll be live on Jaylo House.
Jaylo House.
Yeah. Whose house?
Jaylo's house.
Oh, that's such a good song, Rent's House.
Yeah, well, that was used for the show Rent's House.
I didn't know that because that's an older song.
Whose house?
From Run DMC.
House. Yeah, because on MTV there was a show called Run's House, and it was about his family.
I was aware of the show. I didn't know that was the theme song, though.
Yep, they used it. Because
he became religious. Run did.
Yeah, he became a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And so Run's House was the theme song for Run's House.
It's got to be weird for him he might have a little bit of money, but his brother is super rich.
Yeah.
That's got to be an odd
I
dynamic.
don't know. I get I know we're getting off of this, but off of a tangent here, but
That's right.
I have this feeling, and maybe I'm wrong about that Russell Simmons is not a very nice person.
I know he's been Me Too'd.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he has some issues. Are him and Ren close in real life or no?
I do not know that. I do not know that. I tend not to be too interested in whether brothers are close or not, but I don't know.
Did Russell ever guest star on Ren's house?
Not that I remember.
Oh.
He probably just does his own thing, and Russell does his own thing. But we're getting off track here.
Yes, one last thing we're gonna say about Russell Simmons for now.
Okay.
Is I love Death Poetry Jam, and I always love the ending where most staff would bring out Russell Simmons, and he'd be like, "Say something to the people, Russ," and Russell Simmons would just grab the mic and say, "Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night."
That's all.
Yes. Every single episode.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking about God, blessings. It is the season for Easter. We got a lot of horny little rabbits.
Okay. Let's get secular here, Bob. This is a very.
I know we are church loving folk.
You are
and what's that for?
We'll have to tickle you at the beginning of this episode here, but
you never have to tickle me again as far as I'm concerned.
Well, sometimes I have to.
Oh.
Someone has to keep you in line.
Oh. Well, in any event, I will not initiate a tickle war right now because we are here to have a Bible study.
That's right.
Yes. And for once, I will not be giving it. Jaylo is going to...
He never did give one.
Oh, good boy.
I was the one leading out these studies.
Nice.
As amateur as I am of leading studies.
Real quick question
for
you. Do you think one day we should do an episode where I give the Bible study and you ask the questions?
I know.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because you don't... And please don't take this as an insult. I'm just stating some facts here. I don't think you know enough about the... I don't think you've read the Bible enough to really give a study.
Nice.
But, and I say this with the utmost respect, that I think you have to read enough of the Bible to give one.
Oh. We're going to hear some of Alana reading us from the Braille Bible.
Oh.
And whenever you're ready... The dots await your fingers.
Okay, so...
I guess the dots are under your fingers, so they don't await your fingers.
Okay, so let me start. I'm in Luke. This is one of the accounts of Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. And let me say for the record here, I do believe... So there are 4 accounts in the Gospels of Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. And I don't think that... And they come at different angles, but they are 4 pieces of the puzzle to what happened during his death, burial, and resurrection. And why Christians celebrate Easter on that Sunday. So let me start on Luke chapter 22. And this is... starts at the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So if you're ready, are you ready?
Hit it. Talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
What?
No, just how you said it. All right, here we go. Now the Feast of Unleavened Bread Now the Feast of Unleavened Bread drew nigh, which is called the Passover. And the chief priests and scribes sought how they might kill him, for they feared the people. And they're talking about killing Jesus.
Oh.
Then entered Satan into Judas, surnamed Iscariot, being of the number of the 12. And he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him unto them. And they were glad and covenanted to give him money. And he promised and sought opportunity to betray him unto them in the absence of the multitude. Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed. And he sent Peter and John, saying, Go and prepare us the Passover, that we may eat. And they said unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare? And he said unto them, Behold, when you are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entereth in. And ye shall say unto the goodman of the house, The master saith unto thee, Where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he shall shew you a large upper room furnished. There make ready. So they're getting ready to eat the Passover here. This is Jesus' Last Supper. And they went and found as he had said unto them, and they made ready the Passover. And when the hour was come, he sat down with the 12, When the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him. And he said unto them, With desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof, until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of God. And he took the cup, and gave thanks, and said, Take this, and divide it amongst yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine, until the kingdom of God shall come. And he took bread, and gave thanks, and brake it, and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me.
Okay, so they're getting ready to eat the Last Supper, the last meal.
His Last Supper. Yeah.
His Last Supper. And
this is the Passover.
Okay, and that's what they call Passover.
No, they call it Passover because in the Old Testament, a lamb was supposed to be sacrificed as a Passover sacrifice.
Go ahead.
And the tradition was that if after the lamb was killed, the people would put the lamb's blood on the doorpost so that death wouldn't come on the household. So if there were doorposts with lamb's blood, God would pass over them.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So here's a couple of questions for you. Jesus isn't going to drink anything at this last meal because he's saying, I'm not going to drink anything until everything's like the way it should be. Basically, I'm dumbing it down, right? So he's just going to have food. Now,
he's I believe he's drinking and eating the Last Supper with his disciples.
Oh, gotcha.
But he said that I will not drink the fruit of the vine, which is basically juice. I will not drink the fruit of the vine anew with you until the kingdom of God is come.
So, no juice. Are we assuming that he's drinking water, or is it like kombucha?
No, he's drinking juice.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was no juice.
No, I believe he's drinking juice. So here's what I should explain to you. Okay. So a lot of churches take communion,
mm-hmm.
and what churches have done, they have taken unleavened bread, which is a cracker.
Yeah.
Basically, it's not cooked with any yeast, and they'll use it as a symbolism of Jesus's body that was broken, right?
I've heard that.
And they eat of that cracker, and then the grape juice, which is the pure grape juice, they use it as a covenant to symbolize the blood of the new covenant. So that's why they eat the cracker and they drink the juice to symbolize the Last Supper of Jesus. But here's something interesting that you probably don't know, and I'm saying this not to bash Catholicism, but that it's actually in their doctrine. They use what is it called? Transcendentalism. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I don't really know a lot about it.
So what they do is they will say that when you eat the cracker and you drink the juice, that they become the body and the blood. It's not a symbolism. They actually become the body and the blood of Jesus. So it's almost like you're a cannibal. But Protestants do not believe that.
Oh.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
Nice. A couple more questions about this. I'm assuming this is a feast and not just a small meal.
Yes, it is. It's the feast of it's the day of unleavened bread, so they're actually having a feast.
And is it all of Jesus's favorite foods, or does he feel like
I don't know?
Now, tell me about the people who made the last meal. Are they talked about a lot in the Bible? Are they like these famous chefs who come in because they realize, okay, this is the last time we have to feed Jesus? Or are they just like regular working class folk who happen to be from around the way?
I think the disciples did prepare the Passover.
Oh, so it's his crew.
Well, because remember when he said he sent them to look for a man that has a pitcher of water. Now this is Luke's account. So Luke is another eyewitness of this this event that happened. So he asked his disciples to look for a man with a pitcher of water, go into the house and ask him where is the guest chamber to where they're going to have the Passover meal. So I think the disciples prepared it, or either that, or I think the goodman in the house prepared it.
Okay.
But somebody prepared the Passover. I'm not quite sure who.
A couple of different questions for you.
Okay.
Can we infer from this that the disciples are really good cooks?
I don't know. I have no idea, Bubs. I can't answer that question.
No, when you say the goodman of the house, so the guy whose place they're having this meal at, he's not one of the disciples.
No.
Tell me about this person.
I don't know about this person.
They're not remembered in history?
I don't know.
Do we know why Jesus decided to have Passover at this dude's house?
No, I don't know. I really can't tell you.
See, to me, that would be an interesting story. Like, why is Jesus coming over to my place for the last meal? You know, what's this dude's background? How does he know Jesus?
But again, this is one of the accounts, so it's told at a different angle. Matthew, Mark, and John are told at different angles too, even though they are piecing together the story of Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection.
Oh, so for all we know, the guy whose house it is, he could have been one of Matthew's homies, for example.
I don't know.
And like Luke didn't really know him.
I'm not sure.
But that is a possibility.
I guess. I don't know. It's a weird question, but I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Nice.
But okay.
And we're assuming that Jesus kind of like put together the menu for this event. He told everybody, this is what I want at my last meal.
Well, what I gather from what a Passover meal is that they probably have other Jewish things, but the main thing is what they kill for the Passover. So the Passover lamb
is like the star of the show.
Exactly. Because Jesus was going to be the Passover lamb. After all these sacrifices are done away with, he was going to be the Passover. So the reason why they're having this meal too isn't just because of Passover, but he's preparing them for what's going to come next.
Okay. We have established that you'll eat lamb on occasion, but it's not really your jam. And for most of your life, you didn't really like it.
Well, I only had it a few times and I didn't really care for it.
Right.
And it wasn't prepared in my own home.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My question for you.
Yeah.
The first time you have lamb and you don't like it, do you feel guilty knowing that this is something that Jesus ate a lot of? And that it was so good that it was at his last meal?
I don't know. I didn't look at it. I mean, I didn't look at it that way. I just didn't like the ground lamb.
Okay.
And it was I know that there are people that have traditional shepherd's pie, because that's what I had. Mm-hmm. Shepherd's pie that have lamb in it, and I didn't like the lamb that was in it.
Is the dude whose house this is he allowed to eat with Jesus and his crew, or does he have to go someplace else?
I have no idea. I all I know is that this is the house that they ate at.
And
in Luke's account.
Okay. Is everybody like chilling and having a good time, or people upset knowing that
Well, we're gonna read on. You're gonna see what happens.
Okay. Were there some people?
We have to read on, Bubs.
Okay. One last question.
Okay.
Were there some people who like stuffed their faces?
I don't know.
Or because this is going to be like their last cool meal for a while, or were they all like, "Oh God, we got to eat slowly"?
You have to remember, this is Jesus's last Passover.
Yeah, but presumably they get better food because they're friends with Jesus.
Oh, Bubs.
Okay.
Let me
go on.
Read on here. Okay, let's read this. This is verse 20 in chapter 22.
Yeah.
Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, "This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goeth as it was determined. But woe unto this man by whom he is betrayed." And they began to inquire among themselves which of them it was that should do this thing. And there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that doth serve. For whether is greater he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth, he is not he that sitteth at meat. I'm sorry, I should read that again. I'm not reading this correctly.
Go ahead.
For whether is greater he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth, is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptation. So basically he's talking to the disciples that are still with him. Okay. And I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both to prison and to death. And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day, before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me. And he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lacked ye anything? And they said, nothing.
What is the main takeaways you want people to get from that?
Well, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were taking a pause for me to ask questions.
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
I'm going to go get through this, because then I'm going to get to what I was going to say.
Gotcha.
Then said he unto them, but now he that hath the purse, let him take it, and likewise be script, and likewise his scrip, and he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment, and buy one. For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished, must be accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me have at end. And they said, Lord, behold, here are 2 swords. And he said unto them, it is enough. And he came out and went, and he was wont to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples also followed him. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them also a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed. Okay. So I think what's going on here is he's giving him instructions on what to do, because he's getting ready to be seized by the chief priests.
Yeah.
And getting ready to be crucified. So right now, he's at the Mount of Olives. Other accounts say that he went to the Garden of Gethsemane, and he's praying to the Father.
Why do the accounts vary?
This, like I said, this is just they are told at different angles. They're not no account is better than the other one, but it is they are just told at different angles, but they're telling the same story, and all of these all the four gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they're all eyewitnesses to what happened.
But if they're all eyewitnesses, why wouldn't they agree on the place where it happened?
Well, they do agree on the place that it happened.
You said that this account said it happened at the Tree of Olives, and another account said it happened someplace else.
Well, no, like I said, they're being told at different angles, but instead of looking at these are different angles, you have to look at the historical part of it, the literary part of it, and also the theological part of it. Because if you're just looking at individual angles, you're not going to understand the big picture. What I mean is, where he is right now, this is a place where he's praying to the Father.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't where he's crucified.
Right, but and maybe let's get on the same page. It seems though, if I'm saying, writing a book about you, and I say Alana prayed for Jesus in her living room on this day, and somebody else writes an account of that same last day of yours, and they say Alana prayed for Jesus at Pioneer Square. Yeah, we can have different perspectives, but it seems striking that we wouldn't agree on the address.
I think what you need to take away from this is not that they didn't agree about what happened. It's just that it's coming together in a big puzzle. It's coming together in the big picture of things. It's not, because it's easy for people to look at these accounts and say that they're not the same, but they're all trying to explain the whole event of his death, burial, and resurrection. There's something I need to look into as to how to explain this better, because I don't know if I can.
Yeah, because clearly one of them is lying.
No,
if they're giving different locations for the same event.
They are not lying.
If they're giving different... Babes, no, hear me out. If they're giving different locations for the same events at the same time, one of them can't be telling the truth.
Yes, it is.
How?
Well, that's exactly what I mean. I have to try to explain it a little bit better, and I can't explain it.
Okay.
At the moment.
Okay.
No, I can't explain it at the moment because I don't think I'm getting my point across.
Oh. How long did Luke live after Jesus was crucified?
That I don't know, but I can look it up.
Okay.
I don't know. All I know is that he was a physician. That was his job description.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, let's continue on.
Let's continue on the little Jaylo.
Okay, let's see where I start. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove the cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat were as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground. And when he rose up after prayer and was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow, and said unto them, Why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation. Okay, next page. And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them, and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him. Now, the reason why he did that is because in Israel, I guess, in those days, if you kissed somebody, that could mean a way that you were betraying them.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's kind of like the Dementor's kiss in Harry Potter.
Yes, in some ways. Well, not quite like that.
But you know what I mean. Like, you don't want a kiss from these folks.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice.
You don't want a soul kiss.
Yeah.
But he wasn't kissing his soul. All right. But
can I ask you a quick question?
What's that?
I know you don't know, but it seems like it's a good assumption to assume that Judas went to hell when he died.
Yes, I would assume that. I
So
absolutely would assume that.
let's take this situation a little bit different. Let's say that let's replace Judas with somebody else. And let's say that somebody else turned Jesus in and it's because of him that he died,
Yeah.
the whole thing. But before that person died, they said, God, I'm so sorry about what I do. Please forgive me. Could they go to heaven?
Yes, they could, but Judas never repented after that.
Oh, wow.
He, what happened is, I guess I could tell you.
Yeah.
He, they gave him 30, they
gave him some silver, right?
They exchanged 30 pieces. He exchanged 30 pieces of silver to kill Jesus.
Yeah.
Not only was he so distraught after he killed Jesus because he wanted to turn the money, it was blood money, but he got his affairs in order. He hung himself, and when he died, his bowels gushed out, and it was his bowels gushed out over a field, and in the Bible, it says that it was called the field of blood because of how Judas, what happened to Judas after he died.
Somebody had to clean that up.
And it probably smelled.
So why did he hang himself if he didn't feel repentant?
Because he realized what he did. And it also says in the Bible, Jesus also said in the Bible that it would have been better if he were never born.
In some ways, though, if you felt so guilty that you hung yourself, isn't that a way of saying I was really wrong for what I did?
I think he felt guilty because he was caught.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think he felt guilty. I don't know that he was sorry for turning Jesus in, but I think he got caught.
How long after Jesus was killed did Judas end his own life?
I don't believe it was long after.
Like a couple months, a week.
I can't remember if it's in Luke, but I don't think it was too long.
Nice.
Okay, let's go on.
All
right. But Jesus said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? When they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. And Jesus answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear and healed him.
So it's like he touched his ear.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. Then Jesus said unto the chief priests and captains of the temple,
Touched your ear.
Yeah, I know, and the elders which were come to him, be ye come out as against a thief with swords and staves? When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth no hands against me, but this is your hour, and the power of this is your hour and the power of darkness. Then took they him and led him and brought him into the high priest's house, and Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall, and were set down together, Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him, and said, This man was also with him. This man was also with him. And he denied him, saying, Woman, I know him not. And after a little while another saw him and said, Thou art also of them. And Peter said, Man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour after another confidently affirmed, saying, Of a truth this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, Man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately while he yet spake, the cock crew, and the Lord turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he had said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And the men that held Jesus mocked him and smote him. And when they had blasphemed him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy, who is it that smote thee? And upon other things blasphemously spake they against him. And as soon as it was day, the elders of the people and the chief priests and the scribes came together and led him into their council, saying, Art thou the Christ? Tell us. And he said unto them, If I tell you, you will not believe. And if I also ask you, you will not answer me, nor let me go. Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of God. Then said they all, Art thou then the Son of God? And he said unto them, Ye say that I am. And they said, What need we any other witness? What need we any further witness? For we ourselves have heard of our own mouth. Okay. So that's the last of chapter 22.
Yeah. What do you want me to take away from the last part that you read?
Do you have any questions first?
Well, the reason I ask your interpretation is so we can get more on the same page, because sometimes language can get muddled or I can interpret something wrong. So I guess the question I would ask is, the way I understood it, this Peter dude was basically told, you're going to betray me twice.
3 times.
Yeah, so he left the place.
Right. He basically, because Peter said that, I'm ready to go to prison and to death with you, or even to death with you. And so Peter was kind of getting ahead of himself, saying, well, I will never betray you. I will never betray you. And look at Judas, he betrayed him.
Yeah.
Also, he had to be humbled because Peter was kind of getting full of himself. And Jesus said, before the cock crow, you will deny me 3 times. So he remembered what he said and wept because he knew that Jesus was right about that.
A lot of times in social circles, you'll have that person who's a big talker, but really there isn't a lot of follow through. And I imagine that amongst Jesus's crew, that was Peter's role. He's the guy who he'll tell you a tall tale, and some of it may not be exactly true. It doesn't mean that the guy doesn't have a good heart, but maybe don't believe everything he says.
Not necessarily. I think he was trying to be very zealous, and he was one of the disciples that continued on with Jesus. I think he just got too big for his britches, so to speak.
Do you believe that Peter is in heaven?
Yes. In fact, he was preaching to the people after Jesus resurrected and was gone back into heaven. He was preaching to the people in First and Second Peter. So he was preaching after all this.
So after this happened, him and Jesus made up.
Well, he did not do that again after Jesus resurrected from the dead.
Okay, so he betrayed him 3 times, and then he kind of like came back to the cause.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice. We're at almost 40 minutes. How much more do you want to do? And before we split this and do the second part either tomorrow or on Monday, what are you thinking?
Let me get through the resurrection and see how far I get through it.
How much more reading do we have before the resurrection?
It's starting now. So
nice. All right.
Okay, chapter 23.
Let's do it. Hit it.
Okay. Oh my goodness. And the whole I can't talk. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him unto Pilate, and they began to accuse him, saying, We found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar, saying that he himself is Christ the king. And Pilate asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, Thou sayest it. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man. And they were the more fierce, saying, He stirreth up the people, teaching throughout all Jewry, beginning from Galilee to this place. When Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man were a Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged unto Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time, which is King Herod, by the way. And when Herod saw Jesus, he was exceeding glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season, because he had heard many things of him, and he hoped to have seen some miracle done by him. Then he parted with him in many words, but he answered him nothing. And the chief priests and scribes stood and vehemently accused him. And Herod with his men of war set him at naught, and mocked him, and arranged him in a gorgeous robe, and sent him again to Pilate. Sorry, I'm like stumbling over my words.
It's all good, babes.
And the same day Pilate and Herod were made friends together, for before they were at enmity between themselves, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Oh.
And Pilate, when he had called together the chief priests and the rulers of the people, said unto them, Ye have brought this man unto me as one that perverteth the people. And, behold, I, having examined him before you, have found no fault in this man touching those things whereof he accused him. No, nor yet Herod, for I sent you to him, and lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him. I will therefore chastise him and release him. For of necessity he must release one unto them at the feast. And they cried out all at once, saying, Away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas. So Barabbas is another prisoner. They wanted to see Barabbas released instead of Jesus, which is interesting. And another interesting point to consider is, have you heard of, you know what happens on Palm Sunday, right?
No, I've heard of Palm Sunday, but I don't really know about it.
So the reason why they call it Palm Sunday is that Jesus and his disciples rode into Jerusalem, and Jesus rode on an ass into Jerusalem, not a donkey.
He rode on. Go ahead.
That is a real animal, by the way,
Yes.
Bubs. He rode on an ass into Jerusalem, a colt, and they laid palm branches on the ground, and they were crying, Hosanna, glory to God in the highest. And that basically means that they were basically praising him because he was come to Jerusalem, because he was they believed he was the king. And the same people were yelling, crucify him, in the town square.
So what do Christians do on Palm Sunday now?
That's just a week to remember what happened with Jesus the week before Easter.
Interesting.
And why they would lie, and how he rode into Jerusalem on a colt.
Nice.
Okay.
And this Barabbas dude.
Barabbas.
What happened to him afterwards? Like, was he a good guy in the end, or did he stay a criminal?
It doesn't say. I just know that he was a prisoner that was in prison that shouldn't have been released. But they wanted to release him instead of Jesus because they thought he was blaspheming.
So he might have been like, I don't know, the Ted Bundy of the ancient world, for all we know.
Okay, let me read more about this. Oh. So it says, Away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas, who for a certain sedition made in the city for a murder was cast into prison. Pilate, therefore, willing to release Jesus, spake again to them. But they cried, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. And he said unto them the third time, Why, what evil hath he done? I have found no cause of death in him. I will therefore chastise him and let him go. And they were instant with loud voices, requiring that he might be crucified. And the voices of them and of the chief priests prevailed. And Pilate gave sentence that it should be as they required. So basically Pilate washed his hands of the matter and didn't do anything about it.
I got a question for you. So
Pontius Pilate, by the way.
Okay. I'm assuming that there's Christians who write Christian fiction, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how I really love that book, The Stranger Beside Me?
Yeah.
Do you know of anybody who tried to do like a fake true crime book in the time of Jesus, so maybe telling the story of Barabbas, and he was this killer and he got away and he was in prison, but then they released him because of Jesus, and then he went on to kill like 20 more people.
Like a true crime thing, like a mystery.
Yeah, like if they made it seem like the stranger beside me of the ancient world, and it's like the story of Barabbas.
I don't know.
That would be a fun book, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
That might be
they might
fun.
Actually do audio dramas of that. I don't know.
Because I'd like to know, but it's not really about Jesus. It's just more about Barabbas and what this dude was getting into and some of his.
And I don't know much about Barabbas, honestly. I know that he was a hardened criminal and he shouldn't have been released.
Oh.
Okay. And he released unto them him.
Wait, can I ask you a quick question?
What?
We're assuming he was a hardened criminal because that's what the state said back then. But this is also the same state that arrested Jesus. So how do we know that Barabbas wasn't just set up for a crime?
Well, he was set up for a crime by Judas.
Barabbas was.
No, I'm sorry. Jesus was set up.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, how do we know that Barabbas wasn't
Well, it
just set up?
sounded to me like he was in prison for a long time, and he was in prison for good reason. And rather than release Jesus, who didn't do anything wrong, they would rather release a criminal because he was being accused of blaspheming.
I hear you, but what I'm trying to say,
I don't know much about Barabbas other than that.
We're assuming he's a bad guy because it's said in the Bible, but the Bible is also telling us that this is what the government thought he was a bad guy, but that Jesus was worse. And we know that the government is like ready to kill Jesus. So how do we know that the government just didn't set up Barabbas? And maybe he's accused of being a bad guy, but maybe he's actually a good guy who got framed for some crimes.
Well, even Pontius Pilate was saying, I don't see anything wrong in Jesus. And I'm just going to chastise him and let it go. But he washed his hands of it.
Oh.
So because of because of Pontius Pilate's actions or inaction, Jesus was going to be crucified. Anyway, well, he was going to be crucified anyway because he knew that it was going to happen. Okay, let's go on. He released.
It was his blame.
What?
Because he's a pilot.
Oh my
Pontius
goodness.
Pilate. Get it?
Wah, wah,
all right,
wah.
keep reading, babes.
Okay.
Oh, actually, real quick. You said kiss the good boy.
No. After. Not now.
Okay.
After.
After you're done weeding.
Yeah.
At the end of the episode.
No,
you will kiss the good boy.
No, after.
We've done episodes before we've kissed.
I know, but that was weird.
That wasn't that weird. Why not? Why was that weird?
I normally don't kiss a person that I'm having Bible studies with.
But, this is a little bit of a different situation. You've done it before now with me. With the kissing. And I think that we should continue that tradition. People really dig it.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They don't ask you questions like, why do you do that?
No.
Okay. Really? Did anybody ever say it was cute?
Yeah, and plus, isn't it funner to do a Bible study where not only do you get to talk about Jesus, but you get some kisses?
I don't know. That's never happened to me before.
All right, well, give me a kiss and let's see.
Loves, no.
All right. When you're done reading, before we say goodbye, we'll kiss them.
Okay.
All right.
And he released unto them. Oh, I'm sorry. And he released unto them him that for sedition and murder was cast into prison, whom they had desired, but he delivered Jesus to their will. And as they led him away, they laid hold upon one Simon of Cyrene. Simon a Cyrenian coming out of the country, and on him they laid the cross that he might bear it after Jesus. So basically, Simon of Cyrene was compared to carry Jesus' cross. Contrary to what some people believe, that they made Jesus carry his own cross.
Okay, do we like Simon because he did that, or do we think Simon is a bad dude? How do we feel about Simon?
Oh, no. Simon is a good guy.
Okay, we like this dude.
I do.
Okay.
And there followed him a great company of people and of women, which also bewailed and lamented him. But Jesus, turning unto them, said, Daughters of Jerusalem, weep not for me, but weep for yourselves and for your children. For, behold, the days are coming, in the which they shall say, Blessed are the barren and the wombs that never bear, and the paps which never gave suck. Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, Fall on us, and to the hills, cover us. For if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done in the dry? And there were also two other malefactors led with him to be put to death. They were the thieves on the cross, by the way.
Nice.
And when they were come to the place which is called Calvary, there they crucified him and the malefactors, one on the right hand and the other on the left. Then said Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they parted his raiment and cast lots, so they bet on his clothes. And the people stood beholding, and the rulers also with them derided him, saying, He saved others, let him save himself, if he be Christ, the chosen of God. And the soldiers also mocked him, coming to him and offering him vinegar, and saying, If thou be the king of the Jews, save thyself. And a superscription also was written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew. And the Hebrew, and this is what it says: This is the King of the Jews. And one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be Christ, save thyself and us. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Dost not thou fear God, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man hath done nothing amiss. And he said unto Jesus, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Which pretty much means that even though the guy is dying, he's going to see Jesus in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was about the 6th hour, and there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. And the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said thus, he gave up the ghost. Now when the centurion saw what was done, he glorified God, saying, Certainly this was a righteous man. And all the people that came together to that sight, beholding the things which were done, smote their breasts and returned. And all his acquaintance and the women that followed him from Galilee stood afar off, beholding these things. And behold, there was a man named Joseph, a counselor, and he was a good man and a just. The same had not consented to the counsel and deed of them. He was of Arimathea, a city of the Jews, who also himself waited for the kingdom of God. This man went unto Pilate and begged the body of Jesus. And he took it down and wrapped it in linen and laid it in a sepulchre that was hewn in stone, wherein never man before was laid. And that day was the preparation, and the Sabbath drew. And that day was the preparation, and the Sabbath drew on. And the women also which came with him from Galilee followed after, and beheld the sepulchre, and him, and how his body was laid. And they returned and prepared spices and ointment, and rested the Sabbath day according to the commandment. So this is what happened after the crucifixion.
Oh. So where is Jesus's grave?
I believe it's in Jerusalem. So I know that people have gone to Jerusalem and seen what they believe is the tomb where Jesus was laid.
Okay.
So he was laid in a sepulcher in Jerusalem, I believe.
But sorry, go ahead.
And he was crucified on Mount Calvary.
But we don't have an exact location for his grave.
The only location that there is where his tomb is.
And that tomb was built shortly after he died?
I believe so.
Interesting.
I believe so. I don't know who built it, but it's there.
I know that the whole Israel-Palestine thing is like very complicated. And when I was younger growing up, I was more in favor of Israel because that's what we'd get in the American news. But as I get older, I become more nuanced and realize that the Palestinians, yes, they've had a lot of corrupt leaders like Yasser Arafat, but that we shouldn't blame that on the people of Palestine. And a lot of them, most of them, I assume, are just like they're suffering, and that's why they resort to these bombings. So my next statement isn't trying to take away from their plight or anything like that. But I would think if I was like a Palestinian and I wanted to bomb something, I'd bomb the tomb of Jesus. I don't know.
I'm a supporter of Israel. I do not support the Palestinians. But I don't know if that would have been true as if they would bomb the tomb of Jesus.
I think though, but you would agree that there are individual Palestinians who are suffering right now.
Yes, there are. And I'm not saying that they couldn't change.
Yeah.
But the reason why I support Israel is because it says that Israel is God's chosen people, and both Christians and Jews alike should both support Israel.
But then you have to wonder what version of Israel, right? So there was the version in the Old Testament. There's a version today, maybe.
No, all of Israel.
Okay.
All of Israel, because it's actually said in the prophecies, how God is going to preserve Israel and how he's already preserved Israel.
But does that mean that the politicians who work in Israel today are above reproach?
I'm not saying they're not, because there are corrupt politicians.
So
I'm saying that about the people of Israel, the nation of Israel is what I mean.
So I would say I support the nation of Israel, but you can support them and also think that maybe their politicians are corrupt and are part of the reason, a big part, why the Palestinian people are suffering so much. It's kind of like the same, the Immortal Technique line, I hate my government, but I love the place where I live. And I know I probably screwed it up, but you get the picture. Like, you can love a place and hate the people in charge.
Well, yeah, I love my country, but I don't like who's in charge of our government, for sure.
Right. So the people in charge might be the reason that the Palestinian people have been suffering for so long. And so maybe we could support Israel and Palestine in some way. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, or did you want to wrap it up? What are you thinking?
Let me just check. So, wow, I got through quite a bit of it. I got through the death, burial, and the next thing I'm going to read is the resurrection. But I think we can save that for tomorrow. Yeah,
either tomorrow or Monday.
No, I think tomorrow is better.
Oh.
Because we could do.
Tell me.
Is we could do our regular episode.
Yep.
Tomorrow afternoon.
That's possible.
On the phone.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yes, baby.
Yes, babies.
Either that or this part of it in the afternoon.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think somebody here needs a kiss.
Well, but I'm going to wrap this up for now. Sorry about the fumbling over my words because I was reading too fast and talking too fast.
Yeah, they say that with dyslexia.
Bubs!
I'm telling you what goes on with dyslexic babes.
Bubs, why do you always do that to me?
Because, listen, do I think you're dyslexic? Yes.
Yes, you do.
But am I dyslexic too? Yes. So I kind of know what to look for.
Yeah, but Bubs.
What's up?
That doesn't make me dyslexic.
No.
That just means that that's your opinion.
That's my opinion. And I've said that. I didn't say it was true. But I would strongly encourage you doing some testing. All right. Give me a kiss.
You're ruining this episode. Okay, I think we're going to be done now.
Oh, all right. Well, I need a kiss. Do you want to put the good book away and then give me the kiss the good boy, or what? Or do you want to kiss the good boy first? You want to kiss the good boy first? I don't think God would want you to use his holy book to hit me over the head.
I won't.
Good boy, Bubs.
Good boy.
All right, give me a kiss.
Bubs.
What?
No noises.
Okay, no noises, babes.
Okay, we're done.
Why this one kiss? Give me a couple more kisses.
Afterwards. No, after the episode.
Hold on.
Okay.
Are we gonna watch Ken Burns? What do you think?
After the episode, I'll tell you.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll watch Ken Burns. We'll have something to talk about tomorrow. We'll see. Goodbye. If Jesus is real.
Oh my goodness. Goodbye. Well, let's end here. We'll continue this tomorrow.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Keep it real. Peace.